If I thought I loved Call of Duty 4, it was nothing to how much I enjoyed Modern Warfare 2. Even up to this year, I regularly said Modern Warfare 2 was one of, if not just straight up, my favorite first-person shooter. I spent a lot of time playing this game and replayed the campaign a million times, just like so many other people did. This time, I obviously went through it on regular, which once again took me around 4 hours. Because the stakes have been raised, Modern Warfare 2 is much more bombastic than Call of Duty 4 on average, but that doesn't mean it doesn't provide some nice variety. Not only does the game look and feel much smoother overall, but the range of diversity is larger than before. One moment you'll be sneaking freely through a large, open Arctic base while a blizzard masks your presence, and the next you'll be marking targets for an armored vehicle in the suburbs of the US, followed by being holed up in a cage with a riot shield while enemies roll up on you from all directions. Then you'll be driving a jeep into the back of a plane. It has you doing more things more often and spends a bit less time in shooting galleries, though it never steps over the line into just throwing shiny things at you to keep you paying attention. A lot of these choices are also cool little twists on the normal gameplay. I particularly enjoy sections where things are just remixed a bit, so that I have to think about what is otherwise normal combat differently than usual. Examples would be the section where electronics are disabled after an EMP goes off, meaning your red dot sights don't work anymore. Another would be the part where you have to protect the storage device in the estate while it gets you the info you need. These aren't massive gimmicks that completely change how you play the game. Instead, they feel like a test of your skill with the regular mechanics, just in a unique way. Of course, you can't talk about Modern Warfare 2 without also briefly mentioning No Russian. While not the most shocking thing today, and despite being memed to death, No Russian still holds up as a bold choice that uses the interactivity of games to sell itself well. It simply wouldn't be as impactful as a cutscene, and while it's not perfect, I like that it's there. Unfortunately, the standard mechanical problems still exist here. There are still many sections with infinitely respawning enemies, and in a lot of these sections, the enemies seem to come from every direction. Flinch is still awful, and the enemies still love to spam explosives and last stand. We'll get into Modern Warfare 2019 eventually, but it's worth mentioning that I died probably around 3 times as often per level on regular here as I did on realistic in Modern Warfare 2019. Modern Warfare 2 can simply get too chaotic at times for skill to overcome consistently. While I'm not saying it was more challenging than realistic on the new game, cause it's not, it was more unpredictable and luck seemed to play a bigger role. Despite this, Modern Warfare 2 is thankfully still perfectly playable and enjoyable. It's a great game even today, and with just a few tweaks, I think it could easily be phenomenal. So the question is, when will these underlying quality of life issues be solved?